Hello there and welcome to this episode of A Drink from Upstream. It's been a little while as I was on vacation and in the mountains getting some groceries. And for those of you that care about such things, it was a successful grocery shopping trip. So I thank God for that. Now back to work and A Drink from Upstream. I want to talk to you today about some basic stuff. And I know that this is kind of a reoccurring theme for me. And for those of you that are regular watchers, listeners of A Drink from Upstream, I hope that it's not redundant for you. I hope that it's a continual reminder, because when we don't do the basics, and when I say the basics, I'm talking about those things that need to be so regular in our lives regarding our walk with the Lord, those things that are basic that nurture and further our understanding of who God is and how we can walk with Him in faith and in hope and in love. And so today I want to talk to you about how to pray daily. Very simple. There's so many people who know the Lord who do not practice this very basic Christian discipline. And so how to pray daily is just, it really doesn't need to be overly complex. And I'm not talking about simply offering prayer before you eat your meal. That's a fine practice, if you will, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you setting aside some time, preferably really in the morning, but if it's evening is a better time for you, that's fine, or in the noonday, whatever. But talking about how to pray daily, here's the simple way to do this. You've got to have your Bible in front of you. That's helpful. It doesn't have to be in front of you. It could be in your heart, but just that you have some verses from the Bible, that you're reading the Bible on a regular basis. And then the simple part of this is that you take some of the verses that you've read and you turn them into a prayer. That's a very simple way to always keep your prayers fresh. So you read the Bible and take some of those verses and turn them into a prayer. And then you pray about just the things that are happening that you know about in the day ahead of you. You bring those things before the Lord so that you are making yourself aware of God's presence in your daily life. And if a list is helpful for you for those things that you want to pray about regularly, that's great, so long as that list is useful. When it becomes something that is more mechanical for you, more mindless, then throw it away. And maybe someday down the road, you'd start another list. So this morning, by way of example, this morning I was reading in John's Gospel, and in the 8th chapter, I've got my Bible right here. In the 8th chapter, Jesus is speaking, and he says in verse 29, "And he who sent me is with me. He has not left me alone, for I always do the things that are pleasing to him." Now, I read all of John chapter 8 and some other portions in the Bible, but in my kind of prayerful state, this is the verse I keyed in on regarding, like, what can I pray about today? And this is a reminder that as the Father was with Jesus, because the Father sent Jesus, it's a great reminder that He is with us because He sent us as well, specifically speaking to those of you who are followers of Christ, that whatever it is that you're doing today, you're not alone. So that's an easy thing to turn into a prayer, this passage, that when you pray for people you care about, your children, your spouse, your parents, your friends, etc., that you pray that they would be reminded that they have been sent by God, that they would be reminded that they're not alone, that the Father is with them, etc., right? So this is just, I hope, a way to remind us of basic practices that nurture our relationship, nurture our walk with the Lord, and further it. And so hopefully that's helpful for you today. More to come in the weeks to come. God bless you.